So I think graduate school is competitive. Everyone knows that. Sometimes I think that intimidates students, perhaps unnecessarily. The first thing I would say is take a breath. Maybe don't necessarily believe all those numbers you see. It's not impossible. People do get in. So don't sell yourself out before you ever get started, number one. But then, obviously you're going to have to do well with your classes. Good grades are going to be important. Getting prepared for and doing well on the GRE is going to be important. Those are going to be, I think, necessary. You're going to have that to open the door. But I don't think that's going to make the case. That's not going to be what really seals the deal for you. And that's going to come really more from your experiences, particularly in the research area. Even if you want to go into clinical work, for graduate school, I think it's going to be more important to have research experience. So I really highly recommend to undergraduate students that they find some professors that they can talk to and get connected with a research lab. It does a couple of things. One is you learn a lot. So you find out what kind of research you might be interested in or might not. You learn a little bit about the process. Perhaps just as important or more important than that, though, is you get to know some graduate students, you get to know some faculty, so that faculty member can say more about you in a letter than just, well, I had this person in class and he did really well. They can talk about your responsibility, were you responsible? You followed through, did you solve problems? Did you think creatively? Did you help point out problems? How involved did you get? The more they can say about you, the more compelling the case is going to be to get you into graduate school. And then the graduate students, if you work with graduate students in a faculty member's lab, you'll learn a little bit about what their life is like, and that'll help you make some decisions, I think, as you consider what programs you might want to go to or how you might want to follow up with that. A lot of students say, well, should I get some clinical experience? And my thought on that is it never hurts. Any experience that's in the field is good, but what you can do clinically as an undergraduate is pretty limited. And so I'm not sure that that's going to really set you apart. If that's what you have and that's what you can do, it's certainly better than not doing it. But I don't think that will really be the thing that will set you apart. I think if you can get involved in research and really show some skill in that area, again, even if you are thinking you want to go clinically, I think that's something that can really help set you apart. So if you have the grades, you have the GREs, and you get that kind of experience. And then finally, I think the place where really good students make a mistake is when they apply, they say, here's all my credentials and I'm really good. And we read that and we agree with you. You are really good. What we don't know is, why do you want to come to our program? Who are you going to match up with in our program? What is it about our program that really makes a fit for you? And I think that's the place where a really good student can get lost in the shuffle, because there's no real clear connection between what you want to do and your skills and interests and what we have. So that's probably the most important piece of advice I think I would give to students, and I do give to students, is look through those programs thoroughly and see where the match is, and then really highlight that in your application materials so that the committees can see, oh yes, this is a person who's likely to do well in our program, they're going to be a good fit, they have the right interests, and so forth.